What's up, dogs? It's Nyctopluvo back again with another recent game to pick up. This time, I got a pretty awesome game that I mentioned to Drew. Didn't tell him what it was, and it's killing him inside, probably, maybe.
It was for a little while. I'm over it.
But we'll see what that is at the end of the video.
Oh, okay.
For now,
I'm starting?
yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
You start off, and then I'll go next.
Well, my first one, I have no idea what it is, period. I know it's an N64 game. It's called Hybrid Heaven. I've seen this game a lot. I've seen them at disc replays all the time, and I always look at it and I'm like, that looks pretty cool. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it plays.
Never seen it either.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's a shmup, but no idea. But it looks awesome, so I'm excited to play that. Finally got it. Came with the manual.
Next, for me, I got The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. You may have seen my video on it. There's going to be a couple of them. It's a pretty great game. I mean, not going to go full into detail, but you could watch the video on it. It's a pretty good one.
Highly recommended by me.
Alright.
Alright, so there's a good story about this one. This is Final Fight. And this is Capcom's big SNES brawler. To rival like Streets of Rage on Sega. And I went to a trade center and I bought Fatal Fury, thinking it was Final Fight in a rush. And I got home and I was really disappointed. Not that Fatal Fury is a bad game, but Final Fight is a fantastic game, so I'm excited to have that.
Ironically enough, that was an SNES game. My next game is a remaster of one, which is Street Fighter 2, The Final Challengers. And I've been playing a lot of this lately. It's really fun. Yata. I annoyed Das Musemeister by saying that a lot when we were playing like Catan.
It doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, no. This game's literally just the remaster of it. They have Evil Ken or Evil Ryu, and they have Violent Ken, and it's added in. They have like this what's the right word? It's like
the Path of the Hadouken mode?
The Path of the Hadouken mode, when you kind of like fight off dudes, and it's like a motion controlled thing. It's interesting. It's probably not something you're going to play a lot, but it's something interesting to try at least once.
This one I'm very excited
Is it Mr. Pants?
It is not Mr. Pants. We're working on Mr. Pants. I did not see it today. So, my local disc replay finally put out their Game Boy games so that you can actually sift through them and look at them. Previously, they were behind the counter and there's no way to see them. But, incidentally, the same time I see that for the first time, I also find the Game Boy Advance game I've been looking for forever, which is Metroid Zero Mission. And this is a remake of the first Metroid game, but it uses... I don't think it's the Super Metroid engine. I think it might be the Fusion engine. But it plays like Super Metroid, and I'm really excited for it.
Sounds sweet. Ooh, next up is a game you played with me.
Oh, yeah?
And I bought this before we filmed the last video, but it had to come in through the mail because it's a limited run game. And if you don't know what that is, they take games that don't get physical releases and give them a limited run physical release. But it's Crawl, and it's a dungeon crawler, but it's got this cool twist where instead of, when you play multiplayer, instead of everybody like crawling around the dungeon, there's one person that's like a human. Everybody else gets to, like, they're these ghosts, and they control like the monsters and the traps and stuff. And the goal is to you have to beat the boss of the dungeon, and you have to be level 10 to get to that. But every time the hero is killed, whoever kills him becomes the hero. So you want to like become the hero to level up, and then when you get to level 10, you want to be able to beat the boss so you win. And it's really fun. There's probably going to be a video with Drew.
Yeah,
and
very shortly.
Probably a Demi as well at some point, so you could look forward to that.
This next one is another one. I just have a lot of games that I've been looking forward to for a long time. I just happen to work out that way. It's the season, I'm getting gifts. This one was a gift. This is... I don't know if you can see that. No, it's kind of hard. It's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Or not X, 3D. So this is the Wii game that was remade for the 3DS. And it's very fun. I've been playing it. I have nothing to complain about right now. The combat system's really cool. So far, the characters are really cool. The music's great. I don't have a case because it was a gift, but I cherish it. It's a good time.
Yeah, there are 2 gift games I have in here where it's the similar case, where I
Yeah,
do have a
no,
case, but it's not the good one.
And Rough Shape. Yeah, some of mine are in Rough Shape as well.
Next up is another limited run game. It's Windjammers, and basically this is pretty much, if you watch my Disc Jam video, this is very similar, except for it's like a 16-bit style. It's going for like the SNES kind of like kind of game, like, and it's got more people than Disc Jam. It's got like I think 6, and I'm not sure if there's unlockables or not, but it's pretty fun. There's also like a mode where you throw like a frisbee to a dog, and then you become the dog, and you have to see how far you can go. And yeah, it's a pretty fun game.
Can I see that?
Yes, you can look at it.
It's so I've never played Windjammers, but I absolutely love Disc Jam. And I love the idea of this. The aesthetic on this, just look at the box art.
Hey, maybe we could do a video for it.
Maybe it's so 90s and unapologetic.
Oh, you should see the trailer
or
for
80s,
the game.
I mean, it's 80s.
I looked up the trailer for it, and that's exactly what they were going for. It's great.
Like Dead Island 2.
We could look at it after this video, but I think you'll like it.
I'm excited.
All right,
my turn. Okay, so staying on the Metroid theme, which you better get comfortable, but I got Metroid Samus Returns. Really looking forward to playing this. I now have all of the main I have all of the main series Metroid games, so I'm going to play them in order. I'm going to play Zero Mission. I've played a lot of the original Metroid, and this is a remake of 2. So I'm going to play Zero Mission, which is the remake of 1, then I'm going to play the remake of 2, and then I'm going to play Super Metroid. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, but I heard it's great.
Oh, speaking of games that don't have cases, here's one of them. I'm gonna present both these at once because they're both similar. So for Christmas I got you can't see that because it's a bad case, but it's Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Wii, and I mean I'll enjoy this, and then once I'm done enjoying this, I bought Kirby's Epic Yarn. So I mean not much to say about it. I'm a fan of Kirby, so I'll have fun playing those. They probably won't be long, but yeah.
Epic Yarn's co-op if you want to play that too.
It is.
Yeah, 4-player.
I don't know if Return to Dreamland is, but I feel like most Kirby games are co-op, and the co-op person becomes like Waddle Dee, which isn't always fun to be, but yeah.
So yeah, my next game up is Monster Hunter Stories. This was another gift that I got. This is a JRPG adaptation of the Monster Hunter franchise, which is very near and dear to my heart. I love me some Monster Hunter, and I'm looking forward to this. It looks really interesting. It has a Pokemon feel to it where you collect monsters and you battle them and you train them. So I don't know much about it, but I know it has really good reviews and it looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, it should be good for you. I know you really enjoy the Monster Hunter games.
Love it.
I kind of need to get into them.
I love
and
it.
I've heard you need friends to help you do that. So
Yes.
when the new one comes out, we're going to do that. However, next up is my other game without a nice case, but it is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Heard nothing but good things about the Donkey Kong Country games. I heard this one's not particularly the best, but it's still pretty good, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's a good time.
And it sounds like the disc is moving around in there.
Well,
yep.
This next one, kind of a weird story. So I was one of the game stores that Michael and I go to. They have deals. The one that's going on right now is buy 5 get the 6th for free. And I originally had Jack 2 and 3, and I had just seen Jack 1 earlier that day, so I was going to go back at a later date and get Jack 1. But when I picked up Jack 3, I saw that it was a player's choice Jack 3. And I was like, I feel like I can find a regular Jack 3, and I can wait. So I have another game that I got instead of Jack 3. So now I just own Jack 2. They're the only Jack game I own, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I have other stuff to play in the meantime.
Games are kind of gross. I found out semi-recently that my Luigi's Mansion is a player's choice.
Oh, gross.
I'm upset about it because I love that game so much. However, next up, I got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I've been looking at this game for quite a while, but I wasn't very willing to pay the price for it. Seemed out of my price range I'm willing to pay for this game. Or, like, there's a certain price range I'm willing to pay for most games. And I was semi-interested in this, but not enough for, like, I think it's like $40. But I got this as a gift, and I will be enjoying this because it looks really fun.
It really does. Like, from the outside looking in, it looked gimmicky, but actually playing it, it's just a ton of fun. It's just makes you feel good.
It looks like one of the last games that's going to stay on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, a lot of the good ones, they're like, oh, we'll bring them over to Switch, and now you don't have a good reason to own a Wii U.
Yeah. I don't think Treasure Tracker sold that well, so we probably won't see another release. So this one, last time I was on one of these, I talked about finishing out my Resident Evil collection, and this is one step closer. I actually mentioned this one. This is Resident Evil Outbreak on the PS2, which is one of the spin-off titles that Capcom was required to make for Sony because they were stuck in a deal on the PS1. And I don't know much about it. I know Das Moosmeister hates this game, but I've heard it's a good time. This game was actually, as you'll see, it's online. Capcom was required by Sony to make, or I don't remember the way the story actually unfolds, but they were required to make 2 online pick up and play, just really fun 4-player PS2 games, and the 2 games that they made were Resident Evil Outbreak and Monster Hunter, the original Monster Hunter. So this is where the road forks, and we'll see.
This next game I bought, you also bought because it was a crazy amazing deal, and I don't know if you brought it in, but
no, I didn't bring it. I forgot about that.
So we were at a 5 and below, and believe it or not, most things that are 5 and below, and it just so happened they had Guitar Hero Live with the guitar and the game for $5. So we're like, yeah, we're gonna buy that.
Yeah, why not? You know.
And I mean, you can continue talking about. I wasn't prepared. I didn't get.
You didn't get the guitar. Should I start my next game?
Yeah, sure.
Or just okay. So yeah, these next 2 I'm gonna quick shoot them. They're not too exciting, if anything else has been an indication. But I got, again, as gifts, I got Metroid Prime 2 and 3. So this is Echoes, and this is Corruption. And nice shiny case. And I'm really looking forward to playing these again. I have all the main series Metroid games now. So
do you want to tell them the story about the guitar that made you mad?
Do you have a Wii guitar present so
yes.
I can demonstrate? Yeah.
All right, but so this is the one we got with the game. It's a pretty solid guitar.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It does the trick. It's got the new 3 and 3 layout instead of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is decisive, I guess. Or divisive,
I mean, it's
rather.
not lacking in any quality. Even though we paid $5 for it.
But
so here's the Wii guitar.
So the Wii guitar, you get it in the case, and it's like this. Yeah.
Same thing with this.
Yep. It comes like that. It's a small box, so it's easy to pick up. Yep. And then when you want to play your Wii one, you do that, and you just play. And when you're done, you take it back apart, and you put it away. But with this one, I bought it, and I came straight back to Michael's house, and I put my guitar together, and everything went fine and dandy, same as this. And when it came time to leave, I was going to put it back into its box. Little did I know, the guitar and the neck permanently fused together. It's like...
Yeah, see, I don't know if you can see very well. There's this little thing right here, and it looks like they give you, a piece of plastic or metal or something to turn that to pull this out. Nope, not the case.
Legitimately, if you had a warranty on this, it would void your warranty if you took them back apart. It's impossible to get them back apart without breaking something.
So next up is a game I realized I left over there, so I picked it up when I picked up my guitar.
Oh, yeah.
This is also at 5 and below, it was 5 and below.
Yes, it was.
I would have preferred to get the Wii U version, but it's the 3DS version, and it's Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know. It's still sealed, haven't played it yet. Mostly because I need to get a new 3DS. My one's joystick is all sticky and gross. Disgusting. It's disgusting. But I mean, I've been really wanting to play it because I got back into Adventure Time and realized it's just as good as I remember. And this looks like the best out of their games. Out of the I think there's 3 or 4 games.
I think
but
there's
this one looks pretty sweet.
Right on. So this game I'm particularly excited for, and it may sound really strange that I'm saying that, but this is Speed Racer the video game for the Nintendo Wii. And this is not Speed Racer the anime or Speed Racer the manga. This is Speed Racer the movie.
Okay.
This is Speed Racer the movie, and this is the video game adaptation. And I've heard this game is just awesome. It didn't sell well, and it's not coveted, but there's this whole system called, I think they called it Carfu in this game. I did some light research like 6 years ago on this game when it came out, and apparently there's just the tricks, and so you do tricks, but you can also use the tricks to attack other cars, and you can like knock people off of races, and it's just a ton of fun. So I'd be looking forward to trying this out. It's only 2-player, surprisingly, as most racing games are. But we'll have to try this out sometime because it looks fun.
Next game I got is the original Overlord, and I mean, as I said, I've only played the second one, and it's kind of like Pikmin, but with like demons instead of Pikmin.
Gremlins.
Yeah, little
Goblins.
gremlin demons. And yeah, I think at one point I'm gonna need to get back into the Overlord, start with this one, play the second one. Then I got a prequel on the Wii over there.
I keep seeing it.
And I think I'll probably wait to play that one last. But yeah,
Demi really likes the Overlord games. At least she used to.
they're good games.
This next game is Ys 8. It just looks like a really good, huge Japanese RPG. And the Ys series is very well respected. I don't know anything about it, but I've heard very good things about Ys and Ys 8 specifically. The only thing I know about Ys 8 is that, at least in the start, you're on a deserted island. So I'm into that. So that looks fun. Excited to play that. That'll take some time out of my schedule, though.
Alright, so next up, I got Super Bust Move 2. I got like a game deal. It was like buy 2 games, get 1 free, and like I was like, I didn't know what game I wanted to get free, so I picked up this. I mean, I enjoyed the first one. This one's case isn't as cool as the first one's.
I still think it's pretty rad.
It's still a pretty good case, not as good as the first one, but yeah, I very much enjoyed the first one, and this looks like it's pretty much just more of that.
Yeah.
So should be fun.
Can't argue with too much Bust a Move. This one's Everybody's Golf.
I don't know much about that game, but it looks rad.
Everybody's Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look rad. I agree. I really like RPG golf games, and this is just a straight up, it's a golf MMO on the PlayStation, and it's the most recent entry in the, what is it called? The Sony Golf franchise. My Golf? I don't remember what it's called, but yeah. This is the most recent game in that franchise, and so it has all the mechanics from the previous games, which are well-established golf games. So it's just all around good, from what I understand. It entices me.
So do you still have a lot of stuff? Because it looks like the stuff you had on the table there is gone, and I still got a chunk.
I have about 7 more items.
Alright, I think I'm Gucci. Next up is, I'll actually do both of these at once. Next up are 2 games I got with Bust a Move as the 2 games I wanted to get. And then, like, I was like, I'll get Bust a Move because it's buy 2, get 1 free. And I saw this one and picked it up immediately because I've been, like, kind of looking for it.
I talk about it a
lot. Not aggressively looking for it, but if I see it, I'll pick it up. And it's Worms 3D on the GameCube. And I mentioned this game in some other recent game pickup because I found Worms Blast. And when I picked that up, I thought it was this game. Yeah. But, I mean, I love the Worms games, and this is just a 3D version, and I played Ultimate Mayhem, which is also a 3D version. That was pretty fun, so I'm looking forward to this.
That was the Xbox 360 one, right?
Yes.
Okay, that one, yeah, that's very similar. Very similar.
And this one I didn't even know exists, and pretty sure it's another 3D one. It's called Worms Fort Under Siege. It's on the Xbox. I literally just saw this and I was like, I've never seen this before, and it's cheap. I'll pick it up.
Why not?
I'd like to, at one point, have all the Worms games, because I appreciate that.
Yeah, you always have, too, since your PS1 days.
Yeah.
That looks like fun. That reminds me of the how much fun we used to have in the Boomblocks battle mode.
We spent it's going to be tough to get all the Worms ones, though, because, like...
There's a lot.
No, not that. It's because Armageddon on the N64 is super expensive. It's hundreds.
Do you want to get every version of every game? Because I don't think it's that expensive on the PS1.
No, but at the same time, I've been looking for, like, World Party on the PS1 and haven't seen that for forever. But yeah.
So this next one I have isn't a game, and Michael doesn't quite know about it, but
I'm excited.
I just picked this up today. This is my very own Sega Genesis, which I have been very much anticipating. I've wanted a Sega Genesis for a long time. It looks to be in pretty good quality. It was not expensive. These are not expensive. It's a buyer's market, I guess. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And from
I'm
here
looking
on,
forward to trying out whatever games you got with it.
well, you'll find out.
Because I have little experience with the Genesis.
I think 2 of them are multiplayer. I don't have all of the controls.
I think the only game I've played on Genesis is Mortal Kombat. I think.
I played Streets of Rage, and I've played Genesis games.
Alright, sure, why not? Next up I got Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox 360. I'm gonna have to play this after I go back and finish 4, because I have not done that, and I need to, as I stated in my channel update video, but I heard this game is really fun co-op, but if you don't play it co-op, it's not playable, so I'm gonna have to find myself a nice partner for this. But it looks really fun.
A lot of people do not like Resident Evil 5, but I am one of the biggest Resident Evil fans I know, and I think it's a great game. So
it's not that people are saying it's a bad game, it's that people are like, if you don't play it co-op, it's not great.
Well, there's that. It's just, it is kind of Resident Evil 4, but worse. But it's still really good. Resident Evil 4 was really good, so yeah. My next game...
I think you need to mention that one first.
First, that one?
You've been looking for it for a hot minute.
I haven't. This was just an impulse buy.
Wait, is that what I think it is?
No, that's not Streets of Rage.
Oh.
I could not find Streets of Rage. Trust me, I looked.
Darn. I thought that was Streets of Rage.
No,
I've been looking for that for a while.
This is Primal Rage. It's an old game. It's kind of got like a culty following. There's not... I don't know much about it, but people enjoy it, I guess. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I know I'll enjoy it, but there's not much to say about it. It's just an old... I think it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but not... Yeah, I think it's one plane, not like a beat-em-up style.
Okay, next up... Ooh, this is a game a lot of people have played when they were a child. I haven't, but I'm looking forward to it. It's Shadow of the Colossus. I heard there's a remaster coming out for this.
PS4, yeah.
But, I mean... I found this and it wasn't terribly expensive, so...
You could play both and play them back-to-back.
Yeah.
Compare.
I've always, like, I haven't really been looking out for this game, but, like, this is always a game that's been on my radar, because a lot of people say it's great, and it sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
It's surprising how... I played it, I don't know, like, more than 10 years after it came out for the first time, and it still was, like, playing a brand new game. Because, you know, when you play a game that had just come out and you're looking at everything and you're like, wow, this is amazing. I did that with Shadow of the Colossus, even though it's 10
and
plus years
I've
old.
mentioned before that I like games where you're small in a big world, and, like, that's not exactly like this, but I still think, like, the fact that you're, like, a normal-sized guy fighting these giant-ass monsters and you're just, like, climbing up them to fight them, that sounds really cool.
You're probably going to enjoy Monster Hunter World.
Oh, I will.
Mm-hmm. These two, I mean, it doesn't really do it justice. I guess I actually only have about 3 more items, because these two I kind of have to do together.
Luckily for you, I got 3 more as well.
Rad. So I got Echo the Dolphin and Echo the Dolphin 2. I don't know if you know anything about Echo the Dolphin.
I don't.
You play as a dolphin, and it's just kind of awesome. It's super creepy. It's like... I personally played a lot of Echo the Dolphin Jr., so not quite as creepy.
What's that on?
That is also on Genesis. All of the Echo games are on Genesis, I believe. This one's a little wobbly, but I don't think it's too bad. And I have my whole video game repair kit, so I should be able to fix that up. But yeah, these are the first 2. And you play as a dolphin, and you swim up. It's weird. It's very much a momentum-based game. It's kind of like a momentum-based platformer. I don't think there's a lot of combat.
That sounds kind of cool.
But yeah, it's got a lot of like really creepy H.R. Geiger inspired art and stuff, and there's like aliens, and it gets really weird. It's super peaceful and stuff at the beginning, and it starts to get really weird and creepy, kind of like sort of like Contra, how Contra kind of becomes aliens, you know, as it goes on.
Sounds rad. Next up, I picked up Wave Race Blue Storm on the GameCube, and I almost bought this game before, but like in one of my other videos I mentioned that like I went to this real ghetto place and I bought like a couple of games there. I saw this there and it was sealed, and he's like, "All right, that's like 60-some bucks," and I was like, "I'll pass." I think I bought this
Maybe
for like
next time.
I think I bought this for like $5.
Yeah.
However, don't know a whole lot about it. I played a little bit of it. But I bought this because I watched, as I mentioned in other videos, that I watched the Metal Jesus, and he's a very big fan of this series. and I've been meaning to get into the games, and this is the first one I've seen in stores for a decent price, that is, at least. And yeah, it seems like a game that's got like a learning curve because I was playing it a little bit and I got my ass whooped, and I had to like look up the controls. It's kind of weird because like it's racing, but like there's like these buoys, right? And like it's like you have to like go on a certain side, otherwise if you go on the wrong side you get like a failure point. If you get like too many of those, you just straight up lose the race. And I messed that up real bad the first time. But yeah, it seems like once you get the learning curve, it'll be real fun.
I've heard great things about Wave Race. I almost bought it myself.
Yeah, he
just
almost
a few
bought
days
it
ago.
himself. We were at like a trade center, and we like to look around.
Yeah.
Before we make our purchases. And
we go to all the stands first, and then come back.
And we were going back there, and the guy closed down his stand.
Yeah, he closed while we were out. So
yeah, so that
not
was
today.
a shame.
Hopefully, it's not sold next time we go. I'm sure we'll be there shortly. This next one, NBA Jam.
Pretty great things.
I don't know if you guys have played NBA Jam, but it's awesome. So
I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and most gaming channels and like gaming people I like listen to and stuff on the internet don't talk about sports games. So
no,
I think that speaks volumes.
This is very much it's an arcade game, and it's just I've heard it's great. Up to 4 players, but I don't know the differences between the SNES port and the Sega
it's a nice
port.
case though you got.
Yeah, it is a nice case. Nice cases are going to be a theme from here on out. But I don't know if it's any different than the SNES port. I'd assume it is. This was significantly cheaper than the SNES copy, so I might end up getting the SNES copy if it's different. But I wanted stuff to play on my Genesis because I own one of those.
This next game is a game I kind of just bought on impulse. It's called Fantavision. It's kind of like this.
I see that all the time.
Yeah, it just looked really interesting to me. It's like this firework game. I played it like once. I need to like play it some more to understand what it's about. But I mean, it was super cheap, so I was willing to try it. It kind of looked like it was a shoot 'em up, but it's not. Doesn't seem like.
I think the first time we saw it was when we went to that game store that was going out of business.
Probably.
That's not when I picked. No. This is a recent games pickup, so yeah.
Alright.
My last-ish item. I mean, it's 2 items, but...
well, you can just bang through them, because my last item is the one I've been saving.
Right. Of course...
Oh, of course.
Wouldn't make any sense to get a Genesis without also getting Sonic the Hedgehog. I got the first 2. No matter where I went, I didn't see the third one. I saw one in box, like in cardboard boxes. They come with the hard boxes and the cardboard boxes. I saw one in cardboard box of Sonic and Knuckles, but I did not see Sonic 3, which I believe Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 3 are different games, but they're like sister games. But yeah,
gotcha.
So yeah, first 2 Sonic games. I got some stuff to play.
Is that it for you?
I believe that is it.
So you didn't bring your awesome amiibos?
I did not bring my amiibos.
You got a couple cool ones. You got the Metroid one that's real squishy.
Yeah, the one
the
for
Metroid.
Samus Returns. I got the pack.
And then you got like, what are those things called from Legend of Zelda? The big
the
one?
Guardians.
He's got like the huge Guardian guy, and like his appendages bend and stuff. And it's really cool.
I got a Rivali one.
Are you ready for this?
Zero Suit Samus.
You ready for this?
I was born ready, Michael.
I'm hoping I didn't overhype this, but
is it Deadly Creatures? I just have to ask first.
No.
Okay, good.
No. But I was well, we'll just say what it is. It's Seaman.
Seaman, caution, Seaman.
On the Dreamcast. It doesn't have a beautiful case, but I was looking through the PlayStation 1 games in hope of finding Spyro the Dragon or Spyro Year of the Dragon, as I was telling you.
I only ever see Ripto's Rage.
Yeah, no, you only see Ripto's Rage. Like I find them in like shitty cases, but I want nice cases because those games have a special place in my heart. But when I was looking through those games, there just so happened to be Seaman on the Dreamcast.
Seaman.
And don't have a Dreamcast, don't have the microphone for it, but this is the game that I was like not really hardcore looking for, but if I saw it, I was gonna buy it and then buy a Dreamcast later, because I think this is a pretty good reason to own a Dreamcast. And whenever I do get that Dreamcast and that microphone, there probably will be a video about it. But yeah,
is the fish voiced by Leonard Nimoy? Is that what I'm remembering? Does it say on the back? Spock from Star Trek?
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it when I get a Dreamcast.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I really want to get a Dreamcast.
And as I was telling Drew, this might be the coolest thing in my collection now.
It's pretty good.
I don't know if this game's particularly rare. It wasn't expensive.
I mean,
but I personally haven't seen it that much.
I've been actively looking for Dreamcast games for a while, and I've not found a single one that I'm looking for. So, any Dreamcast game is kind of rare. But
yeah.
I mean,
I think it's pretty sweet.
I'd say it's the best thing in your collection now that we know that your Luigi's Mansion is a player's choice.
Well, yeah, that's that. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.